good, we good. Alright, so we back. We here.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Doing straight. I can't complain, man. Shit. Just got back in town.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Feel good to be back home in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit,
So,
what's going
so
on? How you doing?
I'm alright. I ain't too bad. You know what I mean? Just taking it one day at a time, as usual.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But it's the first interview I've ever done, so I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Before I start, I just want you to know the appreciation's there. You know what I'm saying? And just like for you, just for me, it's a learning lesson. It's a learning stage. We're gonna break through, but we're gonna have a good time doing this shit too. Right?
Yeah.
So we starting off right now. We at Unseen Studios, um, and the questions that I got ain't too crazy. You know, it's fun. I mean, but first things first. I just want to know. I just want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know who you are.
Shit, man. Lydell. Lydell from Ocala, Florida, man. Coming to you shit out of Unseen Studios. Shout out to Cuz, feel me? Cuz really been helping me out by putting me in contact with a lot of individuals trying to push their own shit. You
Right.
feel me? You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I just got out from doing a 10-year bid. That's another story.
Oh, you went to
You know
jail?
what I'm saying? Shit, prison.
Okay.
So, shit.
We'll talk about that, but right now we just want people to know who you are. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I'm saying? So,
You got to trade it.
like, just to start off, right? So you're from Ocala,
Yeah.
and how long you been rapping?
Shit. I say about my whole life playing with it, but taking it serious. Shit, I started up the road.
Okay. So like, when you first got into like rapping, like, what really set it off for you? Like, yeah, I think I can make this, get to the next stage with this.
Shit, I used to always freestyle as a jit, banging on the motherfucking washing machine or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, me and the niggas in the hood get together, put some instrumentals on, but you know what I'm saying? And they always had the flow. I had done wrote this one song in the program. I went to the Grammy like '08, I like 15.
Mm-hmm.
We did 7 months. I wrote a song called Can't Stay Here. When I came home, let motherfuckers hear that shit. Beating on your chest type shit. No instrumentals to it because you ain't had that shit locked up. The motherfucker was feeling that shit, you feel me? And rest his soul, nigga Jay Rains. I ain't never get to meet him in person, but my brother done know him from the streets, my older brother done. So they hit the nigga on the phone. I guess he had some connections in the booth. And I dropped the track for the nigga over the phone. They were like, hell yeah, man, we got to get you in the booth, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting fucked up going up the road and never got to meet him. And right there let me know, shit, you might better do something with this shit.
Okay.
After that, just became an outlet while nigga was locked up.
Right. So you seen it as an outlet. So it wasn't pushed on you. You know how some people, when they're younger, they get pushed into the business, and you know what I mean. You just picked it up naturally, just doing what you're doing regular.
Yeah.
Right. So you basically, that's how most people get into the rap game. You know what I mean? When it's they find the love for it, the passion for it, and something takes it over the edge, and you're like, yeah, I know I can do this.
Yeah.
So that part is dope. I can understand that. Now, with that being said, what era did you grow up in? Like, grow up listening to?
Shit, the 90s.
Okay.
Boys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mystical. Shit. All the No Limit Soldiers, man.
Yeah.
Fuck Pimp C them.
Yeah, UGK.
UGK.
Scarface, come on.
Scarface.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. And I like some of the throwbacks, so I get into the Rakim and the Slick Rig.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some MC Light shit.
Okay.
I'll get versatile. So I grew up in that era in the early 2000s too, when G's and T.I. them.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so you have a good mixture of the golden era of hip hop.
Yeah.
Right. So, being that because I like the '90s too. You know what I mean? That's '90s, 2000. I don't think nothing can beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no coast, West Coast, North Coast, no West Coast, East Coast, North Coast, South Coast. all of it was nice. You know what I'm saying? So now though, we in 2023 though. Times done changed. Tell me about it. So, in this new era of like hip hop artists, who do you think could stand a chance in the era like the 90s and the 2000s?
That's in this new era?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of artists. It's a lot of artists.
I'm gonna be honest, man. When I came home from prison trying to get up on a lot of these new artists, I couldn't tell who. They all sound fucking like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so back then you had a distinct sound. You know, Mystical separated from Snoop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You knew T.I. separated. Everybody had their own sound, their own floetry. Now it's like, fuck, this is what's trending, so let's drop our tracks and try to sound like the next motherfucker.
Right.
It just so happen, hopefully the shit get heard. So, man, I don't. Maybe it's the motherfucker out there ain't heard that might stand. So today I don't know. I might say Lil Baby.
Okay, Lil Baby. Okay. So you can't give me 5? You think you give me 5? I can get grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, I try. Shit, yeah.
So we got Lil Baby.
Finesse probably did something in the 90s.
Finesse two times. Okay.
Oh shit, Lil Baby. Money Bag.
Okay.
Money Bag, we probably did something. Shit, maybe Rollo.
Rollo definitely succeeded in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, Rollo, really bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And shit, man. Fuck. I don't even listen to that many, so I don't even know if it's 5 artists today that I even listen to be honest. I can't even fucking shit. You know, I get into conflict with the same motherfucker after I listen to myself.
Yeah.
Because they all talking about the same shit, you know. So, speaking of the 90s, I mean, the things that we rapped about in the 90s aren't the same. You know, I grew up in the era where storytelling, and from there was non-command you niggas to get money, hypnotize, Jeezy, you know, dope boys, trap boys. Now it's all about spin the block, let's get a op.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where the money at? You know, in the 90s it was more about bling bling, stunting and getting money. Now,
absolutely.
So they even had different topics back, you know what I'm saying, back then than today. So I don't even know if they educated enough to survive in the 90s. And the rap game, you know, them boys had something to talk about. You know?
You're absolutely right. It was definitely a more woke time.
Yeah.
Right. So spirituality was at an all-time high. You know, everybody was still trying to learn themselves and learn who they are. So it's definitely a difference there. So with the difference between the old school, I'm gonna call it the old school, but I call it the golden era.
Yeah.
Between the golden era and the new school, you don't see any similarities.
Yeah, sampling. That's a sampling a lot.
In the music, yeah. But what I mean is mentality wise, attitude wise. Because when I look at it, and this is just from my point of view, and I don't know if you can agree or not, the only thing that they're doing differently is that they're doing it at a higher rate than the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
If you look at it, in the 90s and the 2000s, there was still, rap music was all about rebellion, right? Yeah. So you have people like Cash Money, you have people like Scarface, you have people like UGK, and if you go up north, Mobb Deep, if you go out there, E40, everybody, Master P, everybody was rebelling against what they were being told anyway.
Yeah.
Don't you think they're doing the same thing now anyway? But they're just doing it now at a state of what they see?
No. Because it makes me think about who that was. Was it Uncle Luke? Remember a time where they tried to ban rap?
Absolutely. In that
so how did we come from rap being trying to be abolished to, I think now these people are telling you what to rap about. They seem like, okay, this is very influential, it's very powerful, and we're going to use it against you.
Okay.
Whereas back then, rap was used against them. We're going to expose you, and man, fuck the police, this is what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And it was drawing people together, whereas, I mean, the music even broke barriers between, cultures. Whereas
absolutely,
today,
for sure,
today it's like if you're not rapping about what they want you to rap about, you're not getting nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, there's a big difference, man. So the rap game's changed. It's not like the people that were against it in the higher level is now controlling it.
I can see where you stand by with that too. I can see that from your point of view, absolutely. So when you hear something like that, and you know we have to break stuff down like that, like, is it possible for us to really break, you know, barriers with the way that we rap down south? Because down south rap right now, compared to the rest of the world, is completely different.
Yeah.
Right. So you have like, because our producers are mostly, you know, in town. We don't have a lot of producers getting a lot of light and shine everywhere else in the world, like somebody from up north who have that, they have that history behind them, right? So if you could, I don't know how many producers you know down south. Have you, if you ever studied any producers, or if there's any producers that you'd like to work with, just from down south?
Khaled.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely give you a hit.
Shit. I like to work with Twisted Genius.
I've never heard him. Who's Twisted Genius?
Twisted Genius, he up and coming. You know, I think he got his break in like 2019. He made that. He with QC Records now.
Okay.
But
yeah, QC got some artists, man.
He got his break from fucking around and made that beat for Lil Baby, man. All of my diamonds are BDs. They don't want to see me on TV unless it's the new. What's the name of that song, man?
That was Something a freestyle, ain't it? Oh no, yeah, it was Something to Prove. You're right.
He made that beat.
Okay.
And from there, man, you know, he done made it for you. Anytime you hear that Twisted Genius on the song, he made that shit. And but that's another story. But yeah, I like to work with him.
Okay. Now you say you're a '90s fan, so if there was a couple of producers from the '90s you'd want to work with, who would it be?
Shit, Drake.
Oh, that's a fact.
Drake, man.
That's a fact.
You know, Manny Fresh.
Oh, okay.
Jazzy Fade. Shit, man.
You named some heavy hitters.
Shit. For real?
Yeah.
Man, shit. They're all of them.
The whole 90s, 2000?
Man, yeah, man. You know, Master P, them boys, everybody was gifted, man.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Absolutely.
You had to have some raw talent because, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have the engineering technology on the computer that we have today. And they was like, I was watching an interview with Manny Fresh, you know, and he was showing how he had just these simple little boards and how he made all them hits off just a little board, man.
Yeah, Manny Fresh is definitely he's definitely
no credit taken from the people today.
Yeah, Manny Fresh is a genius.
Yeah,
that's a 5-star caliber producer right there.
Yeah.
So a couple of things, because I have a whole bunch of questions to ask, you know, and I wish I could ask all of them, but it's just they're all over the place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes down to you being an artist in Ocala, what do you think Ocala's missing to push them over the edge, to really get over that, just on the plateau, right? Because I know there's a couple of people from Central Florida, right, that's getting that shine, but honestly, there's a whole bunch of people in Central Florida and in Ocala itself that definitely deserve shine, right? So what is it you think that they're missing when it comes down to, you know what I mean, getting to the next step?
Based upon my observation, since I've been home, man, you know, looking at artists' pages and stuff, man, it's like, I say like 3 things. It's a vision, ambition, and unity.
Okay.
Like, for example, us in this room today, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a vision.
Right.
And trying to make that, you know, take it down a quick rabbit trail. Back, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of that, yeah.
All right, well, back then, what people were known more from their country, Paul of Tarsus, Jesus of Nazareth, as a whole, as a village. Now they're pushing individuality. And so everybody want to be an individual, but we don't realize you can take your vision, my vision, and see that they kind of lining up like a lot of religions. You know what I'm saying? If we can bring them together, you get what I'm saying? And then I believe the ambition to come off feeding off each other. Put the visions together and ambition together, man, and the unity is natural, you know. But when I look at the artists, it's, everybody's pushing their own shit independently, which is good. But I think if everybody come together as a independent collective whole, you know what I'm saying, and work together, you know what I'm saying, you can still be independent. But for instance, come to Cuz Studio, get your music out there. Studio advances because the money, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know how
everybody gets off of each other.
That's what we missing. The motherfuckers go way to Bellevue. You can tell them about Unseen Studios, you know what I'm saying? And they go way to Bellevue or way to Gainesville or way to Orlando to record. And granted, you know, they might have different quality, but hey, if you invest here, if you invest in your own city, you can be that studio you're going to. But you can't get them to see that. You can be that hot boy, you know what I'm saying, that you pushing in Orlando, you playing. Play your shit, push, you know, but that's what we missing, man. I don't see that.
I hear you. No, I understand completely. From where I'm from, it was the same issue. And I don't know, it just started to click. People started to come together, and just like in somewhere, let's take Texas for example. In Texas, there's a lot of artists who make massive amount of money, but nobody knows who they are in the world. But their town knows them, their state knows them, you know? And when you see something like that, do you think group economics is something that's still important in 2023? Because I mean, honestly, if you have a camera right now, you got a phone, you got a camera, and you got a computer, you basically winning from what we've seen in the upcoming year, right? There's so many new millionaires, right? So with that being said, do you really think that group economics is as powerful as it was once before?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Why do you think that? Why you say that?
I don't see that organization ran today by one man.
Okay, that is true. That is true.
That is true. Know? And I was watching a movie earlier, and they asked, what's the guy name? You know what I'm saying? I slipped my mind. That made, he didn't make it, but behind the Apple phone.
Bill Gates? Or the other one?
But we'll use Bill Gates for this.
Okay.
For reference. All right.
Steve Jobs, you mean? For iPhone, Steve Jobs.
So how they say he didn't create nothing?
No, he didn't.
He said shit and got people to do shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's never, the one greatest thing that people got is people. But someone don't want us to realize that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, group economics is still powerful, man, because who's famous without the fans?
That is true.
Somebody's watching. Yep. Somebody's following. Even though they might be watching you, but you aren't you without them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he dropped a diamond right there. That's a diamond right there. I think that's an important thing that people need to understand, that you're in front of the microphone, but if nobody's in the crowd, you just, what is it for?
Yeah,
so I can understand that. Yeah, that was a diamond right there. I like that one. I like that one for real. So regarding Ocala, who in Ocala have you heard that you think can actually like put you guys on top of the map? Do you think you can put you guys on top of the
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I give myself that credibility. You know, you know, I don't want to sound arrogant or have a big head, but I remember when I first started doing music, I have a little bit of ministry background, you know, coming from the church. You know, but I started doing concerts. I had a band in prison. And I used to I remember when I first started getting behind the mic, people used to be like, man, we couldn't really hear you, boys, but you sound like you were rocking. You know what I'm saying? You used to be timid. You know, and then I get in the mic, people hear you. To you, you sound like you're doing bad. But when you see the response, that's when, you know, the people is who gives you that energy, you know what I'm saying? And then it got to the point where you find it in yourself. Because that's when, you know, what your essence or your God or however tell you, whatever people believe in, for me is God. You know, tell you, hey, man, I instilled this in you. embrace it.
Okay, so that's what you're doing now. You're embracing it now.
I'm embracing this is my passion.
Hey, I applaud that because I've met a lot of people who've wanted to do music or rap, learn an instrument, and they don't take the next step, right? And that's just learning, right? Taking the time out to gain the knowledge to change it into wisdom. Um, so with that, would you call yourself a freestyle rapper, or do you write your music? Are you writing your music still, or do you just get in the studio and you just let it flow?
I'm more of a writer, man.
Okay.
When I was young, I used to freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But of course it's easy to freestyle when you ain't got much to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, it's harder to freestyle for me when you got a mind full of things everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where you gonna grab it from? So I like to grab. It's like an essay.
Yeah.
Collect the thoughts and strategize on how I'm gonna put it out there.
Okay. So
you
like
work on delivery.
Gotcha. Okay. Now that's definitely it's like a lost art. You know what I mean? Writing, it's definitely a lost art. And when you listen to your raps and you listen to your music, and I know comparison is the killer of all joy, right? But I'm not trying to do that. But who would you put yourself like? Who would you compare yourself to, or sit yourself by? You know what I mean?
In today's world,
yeah.
Or
well, just in general. In general, if you want to say, okay, yeah, me and him, we doing a song together. You know what I mean? And you get first verse, and then you get second verse, because we all know the hotter person goes last, right?
Yeah.
So you get in second verse. Who would you want on a song with you? You know what I mean? That's going to complement what you're bringing to the song.
That's easy. Consequently, it's gonna be the artist I listen to.
Who is that?
Lil Baby, Rollo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you would consider your music to be a little more new school then, on a new school trend.
Yeah, I got some older ones, but I'm gonna say this: when I first came home, my beat selection were kind of still early 2000s,
right?
And as I started getting more involved into the new music, it's hard to listen to some of them, but the beats, you know what I'm saying? I started collecting different beats. I think I got my own little flow though, my own style.
Okay. So I know you have a couple of. How many songs would you say you have, like right now at this time?
Too many.
Too many. Okay. And where can they find your music?
YouTube.
YouTube.
I know YouTube.
What's your name on YouTube?
I'm up on the Deadaptor. That's TheEADAPTOR. And then Lydell. Lydell. So normally you look it up and it'll reference you to the other one.
Okay. Okay. So I heard the adapter in what you said. Is that your rap name?
The adapter. Yeah, that was the name I selected.
Okay. And
I recently changed it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I was just about to ask you that because somebody did tell me that you were thinking about changing your name. Have you come up with a new name, or you're still is it still in the
I'm gonna stick with my middle name. My middle name's simple. It's Lydell.
It's Lydell. So your new rap name is gonna be Lydell.
It's Lydell. Yeah.
Okay. And so when the people start looking up for new music, is that what they're gonna have to look up for, or they're gonna look through? Do they have to look for the adapter? Or they're gonna look for
Lydell.
Okay. So that's up and coming. That's upcoming. It ain't yet. It's not now yet.
No, I haven't really posted nothing up on Lydell yet.
Okay. Well,
but I did go on my YouTube and change my name from The Adapter to Lydell.
Okay.
So that's official on my page.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I know there's a lot of things that I can't ask you. I don't really have much because like I said, this is my first time. But we definitely gonna have you on here more. I think as it continues to go, there's a lot of things that are happening in the world right now, and I think as we think about it right now, like relationships has been at an all-time high, like questioning relationships, and of course you're always gonna have world events, right? Mm-hmm. Now in the world of relationships, and I hope I don't get you in trouble with none of these questions. What do you think right now that males and females are are missing in the conversation that they're having? Because everybody seems like they're just arguing with each other, but they're not trying to like understand each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think? What do you think is actually like missing in some of these topics?
A fundamental principle, a fundamental foundation, I say. And what, whereas, for instance, the Bible calls it unequally yoked.
Mm-hmm.
But even though Scripture may call it one thing, in the secular world they have a term for it. It's still the same concept.
Right.
You know, we ain't gonna get into terms.
Okay.
Concept.
Okay.
And relationships back then and today, you know, they had something they both held to.
Right.
Whereas might be the Bible. It's called like a plumb. You know, that keeps us back in line.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that today. You know, I believe relationships are being built upon the ideology of society and what society think is popular. So relationships are based upon trends, whereas back in the day, it was based upon principles.
Right.
You know, and we got to get out of the trends. You know.
Okay. So, but I understand what you're saying, but you know, I mean, the kids nowadays, when they're looking at the relationships online, like Jada and Will Smith, or you have a Jada Pinkett and you have a Will Smith, you have Krishan Rock and Blueface. You know, they don't really have much to go up against, right? Um, do you think the kids actually have a chance of like securing a marriage? You know, because a marriage is a group thing, right? Where a lot of people now are living on an independent basis, because you can get money now, right? So, what do you think? What has to be done?
Well, we gotta realize, like then, the relationship was never on money. Right. It was never based upon money. Back in the days, it was based upon the roles and the goals. We understood. They understood what needed to be done to sustain life. You know what I'm saying? Which we knew money was well, currency wasn't the paper dollar back then. You know, it was the trade system: wheat, corn, barley, and as we advanced, so. I believe they got a chance because there's something that we have and every generation have that this generation have. They just gotta dig for it. And it's called history. Do your research. Go back and look and see. For instance, you said Jada and Will. I would like to. I never did, but I would like to look at Will's life before he got famous and how he viewed relationships. And I can probably guarantee. I could be wrong, but I can guarantee it was totally different than what it is today.
What do you mean?
As far as the swinging and he probably didn't believe that way or hold to those practices that he do today. That you know what I'm saying back in his childhood, he probably didn't believe in none of the stuff he's doing today. Something changed. That's what I would say. I don't know. You know, so these people like this generation that's exposed to so much. What they're exposed to today, I don't want to put a term on it. We know, we see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I believe they still got a chance at having, you know what I'm saying, a marriage or a relationship. You know, they just gotta want it. You gotta want it just as much as you want the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta do the research or the necessary footwork that it takes to make it work. You know, that's with everything. So yeah, they got a chance, but I wouldn't say if they looking at today's world and society, hell no. They gotta do some digging, man. You know, you gotta do some digging.
I think in every era, I think that you can